chair by the hearth.
Welcome to Legend of the Innkeeper. I'm Fastidious.
And I am back. That's right. I'm Espo, and I'm back.
Well, welcome back. We definitely missed you last week, and
Whatever. You guys don't even bring that junk here, because I listened to the podcast. You had Zeroshio, and you guys knocked it out of the park. Like, I was listening, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I actually thought, I'm replaced again.
Did I mention that on the show, or was that after the show? Where I asked him.
Dude, I think so. We're at almost 250 episodes, and I think there's been many times when you've tried to trick me into acting like I was gone, but this time I really think that he's replaced me. Like, he was aces. In fact, I believe that having him on last week, which I think that's his 6th time,
The most.
7th. Yeah, he's definitely been on the most. And before I continue, shout out to Zeroshio. Oh my goodness. My wingman, my friend, awesome person in general. Just taking it for the team. Taking my spot. And yeah. So listening, I was like, oh my gosh, like Fastidious sounds better. He actually did a great job remembering cards and stuff. and Zero
Wait, I think
did
you
amazing.
listened to the wrong show.
And I was like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe this is the combination that we need for the show. I'll just take a step back, and I'll just be Twitch moderator. There we go. And that's it. No, you guys knocked that out of the park. Like, it was awesome, and it actually made me smile, because I was like, yes, you guys sounded amazing, and it was really cool, and you touched on everything, and it's a good show when I don't yell at my dashboard in my truck. Or maybe it's not a good show.
I was sitting there thinking, but no, maybe not, because then you weren't engaged. So
yeah, it's one or no. I was definitely engaged, but it's. I guess it's that's hard to judge, because when I yell at my dashboard, usually it's the card's name is this, or no, it's this way, or that mechanic works this way. Yeah. I didn't have to do that. Like, you guys.
Well, that's because Zeroshio was here.
Yeah, you guys killed it. No, I think you upped your game too. You're like, dude, Zeroshio's on, so I really gotta up my game. I gotta be hero power. Like, I gotta do this, because Patrick over at Hero Power is amazing with his production value and all that stuff, and Zero's an amazing voice. It's So,
well, I do have to say, he messaged me yesterday. And he's like, do you need me again? Because, is Espo gonna make it? I'm like, I was told he was gonna make it, but I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh, my Discord's messing up and just not recording tonight. And then I just happen to be on Twitch and I see you guys live and there's Zeroshio. Okay.
Wait a second.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Nothing.
Been relegated to Twitch moderator. It's okay.
Well, hey, you were out having fun, detached from the internet. Did you get any Hearthstone in?
So, hold on, I've been trying to take a sip of...
Oh, be careful, it's hot.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I did, I was in Pennsylvania, the mountains of Pennsylvania, and obviously around family, too. So, it's hard to get a game in Hearthstone when, you got your niece, you got your nephew, you got all your cousins, your mom, your dad, your aunt, and uncle. Like, everybody's around you, you're trying to, spend time with family, because I live 500 miles away from all of my family. They all live back in my hometown. And we went up into the mountains and did some mountain biking with my cousins and my uncles. And Rez is officially a family member. I mean, every one of my family members knows the Rez. So we did a lot of mountain biking, a lot of camping, and just hanging out, fishing. And I did manage, and even my wife. So because she came home before I was up there for about 2.5 weeks. And she took a flight back down here to work. So I was up there for maybe a week and a half, more than she was. And when I got back, she even mentioned, she said, you know what, I'm really proud of you. And I was like, okay.
When I do this,
and yeah, exactly, right? Like, is this sarcasm? What's going on? So, she says, you stayed away from Hearthstone for 2 weeks. I did not see you playing when you were, hanging out with your family. Because when we, up there, my dad and I have been watching the Tour de France, like for as long as I can remember. And that's like one of our things. So we're sitting there watching the tour, and usually I'll play on my phone and be playing Hearthstone.
Sure.
She's like, not once did I see you try to play on your phone. And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, because I was more sly about it. Because I knew my mother would be like, okay, my 43-year-old son, get off your phone and spend time with your family. Right. But honestly, I did get to spend a lot of time with my family, and I didn't get to play a lot until I came back. So these past couple of days, I've been bumping the tavern brawl, just been going crazy in there, doing as much as I could. I did get to rank 11, and I did manage to finish a few of the quests. I think I had 2 of the new packs, and obviously I got a ton of the other packs, because as a reward for Tavern Brawl, you get that stuff.
Yep.
I'm at 2,490 gold, which I don't know how much up that is from 2 weeks ago, but it's probably 500 up, which should be 1,000. But I'm doing my best for not being, and I didn't have internet for a lot of the time. We're out biking in the woods. But 1,190 dust, and like I said earlier, rank 11. I've not touched the heroic dollar and ice. I mean, since we last talked. So I think I still have chapters 3, 4, and 5 to finish, because I'm trying to do them in order.
Okay.
And and with the new Tavern Brawl, I did open up a pack of cards. And guess what?
What?
I got Commander Risa.
Very cool.
The Paladin Legendary, your Secrets Trigger Toy. So, yeah. Took a screenshot on my iPad so I wouldn't forget. There we go.
By the way,
that's why I was like, I gotta get my iPad.
You're at 1,530.
Oh. Wow. So, because my goal is to get 500.
Oh, you
So,
did? Very close.
wow, dude.
Well,
you know what?
Part of it was the quest.
Yeah, there was. Like, I think there was one for like 200.
Yeah, there's two. I got 200 each.
But, yeah, I'm sure I can do that. I mean, not too bad though.
I was only sitting at 265 gold. And
yeah, but I listened to this podcast last week, and they were talking about how you spent. No, Rocho did. Yeah, Rocho did. Yeah. But he got right like that. That's true.
And I got to 985 last week.
Dude, that's 400. That's legit. Look at you. I'm so proud of you, man.
I actually got some quests done.
That's good.
Surprising, but I did. But I also got 12,000 dust. I am a rank 18, which is
Rank 18, look at you, dude. So that means you must have your 5 wins.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely have 5 wins. When it comes to the Dalaran heist, I put the simple word on our show notes. Describe that. Can't. Dot.
I had my mouse like over it, and in your mouse, I think I can see your name there. He's like kind of over it, so I didn't see it. Can't. I see it now. Yeah, there it is, right there. Can't.
But I did win one in the time you were gone. So I beat one of them. I'm still working on the other 4. However, I have taken a break from those over the last 2 weeks because of the Tavern Brawl, which is a blast, and it was a lot of fun to try and play with those. But I'm a little annoyed because I did not get it. I never was able to beat the Tavern Brawl last week at all. So there's a couple of opportunities. So if you beat it within an hour, you get one reward. If you beat it within 40 minutes, you get another reward. I beat it. And
you can't beat it in general, let alone during a time.
I never beat it once.
So get this. So when it, how it brings up, well, you don't know because you didn't beat it. So when you beat it.
This week, Tavern.
Okay.
My first playthrough, I beat it.
Oh, with Reform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got Reform's scheme in gold.
Yeah.
So
irritating part is I didn't get any of the rewards from last week.
I don't think that
Because I didn't have less opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, less opportunity. So yesterday was my first day home, so it starts raining like I'm inside. And by the way, when you go on vacation, you come back. Yeah, those things that you do like on a daily, like your chores, when you're young you have chores, or when you're adult you have real chores. Yeah, they stack up a lot. So when you come back from vacation, you have to do them like ASAP. So when it started raining, I was like, oh, so I can't pass. I can play some Hearthstone. So I'm playing Hearthstone. I'm getting doing the Tavern Brawl, right? Yesterday was Wednesday. So I'm like, oh yeah, cool. We can play the Tavern Brawl. This is awesome. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna beat it in 30 minutes or less. So I'm like timing myself, right? I'm like, okay, it's 10:31. I gotta beat it by 11 o'clock. I can do this. So I'm going through, like, man, I got this. What just happened? Right? I tried to go to the next hero, and I was like, some, and then it took me back to the main menu and said, we'll be back in an hour. What? I was doing it. I swear I was doing it. So I had beat it with Dr. Boom earlier, but I had beat it in 12 hours and 55 minutes. Because, I played and then I put it down. Well, here's what's funny. So I only saw the 55 minutes. So like, oh man, I beat it in under an hour. This is awesome. Where's my rewards? No rewards, right? I'm like, and then I look closer and it says 12 hours and 55 minutes. So I was like, okay, I got this. I can do it. Yeah. And then it shut down in the middle of it. So an hour later, when it did come back up, Rafam was there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat it with Rafam. And I did. So I did end up getting, I beat it in 44 minutes, which is under the 60-minute mark. And it says there's another mark at 40 minutes and another mark at 30 minutes. So I beat it in under an hour, so I got Rafam's scheme, and I think I got another.
You got a pack.
Oh, maybe it was, okay. It was
That's what was Reforms. Last week was different.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I've been bumping it trying to get this Tavern Brawl done, and it's fun, too. Like, it's really fun. Yeah. Playing these different bosses and being like, okay, I got to build my deck like this because I want to make sure I can do this to this boss.
Right.
Yeah, because he beat me last time. I'm going to crush him this time. So, yeah. But I did lose on the first boss. I will admit.
How many times? You cut out?
Multiple
okay.
times. Yeah. Multiple. But had a lot of fun and, good stuff. I mean, I managed to cram in Hearthstone when I could.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I had a choice: catch up on Hearthstone news and card reveals, or play. What am I gonna choose?
Play.
Fun guaranteed, man. I'm gonna play some Hearthstone. So I played a lot when I could.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well,
I
have a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
I got this weird email in the mail, and I misread it the first time. It said, "Hey Vassidius, see how you failed in June."
This month in Hearthstone, or I think it says your month in Hearthstone. See how you failed in June.
Well, thankfully I misread it. It's see how you
That's an
fared in
fair.
June. Yes.
Yeah.
But I implied, I'm like, oh no, here we go.
Well, why don't you go ahead with yours while I'm bringing mine up, because I haven't looked at mine yet.
Okay. Well, highest rank was 19, which I've already beat this month.
Okay.
Okay. So it gives you 4 different little tidbits from your week. Or your month.
Okay, let me preface this. For those of you that haven't tuned in, like the past couple weeks,
Last
we
week.
haven't. Let's just say Vestidius has been known for getting the generic ones, like
So
99
people killed X number
yeah,
of minions this month in your
99
region.
billion Murlocs were played in your region. So there's 4 different stats, and I think you've always managed to get 3 of them generic and 1 was specific.
No, I had
for you.
1 month that was 2 only generic. There were 2
Okay,
generic.
okay. So you've never had all 4 generic. That's the goal.
No, definitely not.
All right, so go on. I apologize. What are your four statistics?
Okay, first one is Puzzlers Unpuzzled. Puzzle me this: you defeated 70% of bosses in the puzzle lab this month.
What? Dude, I didn't even know you played the puzzle lab last month.
I did. I actually, since we got all these new cards in play and all that stuff, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me go back at that and attack it. So,
Cool. Okay, so that's one for one. You're
Yes,
good.
okay.
You're good so far.
Win streak. Outstanding. You had a win streak of 2 games in a tavern brawl.
Is that sarcasm?
It's a stat. It's good. It's positive. It's specific to me.
I feel like they're like when they type that up, they're like, so what's the algorithm here? What number should be the low number? Should it be a win streak of 1? No, that's not really a win streak. So is 2 games a win streak? Yes, because this guy only had 2 games in a row that he won. Can we justify that as a win streak? Yes. Okay, put it in.
Definitely.
Dude,
Okay.
that's awesome. 2 for 2.
That's
2 for
right.
2. You're doing it.
Master Mechanic. How do they work? You played 411 mechs this month.
Dude, 411 max. Look at you. All right, you're 3 for 3, brother.
Okay,
This is
last
it.
one. You won 381 games.
Dude. All full. You
All
did it.
4 of them.
You did it.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Like that, these past couple months, dude, you've really been bumping it up.
But think about that. I've won.
You had a win streak of 2.
381 games.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot of
that's
games. That's not just playing.
Now we did figure out that does include the dollar and heist, and that does include tavern roll. That's all your wins, no matter where you're winning. Like you make a cup of coffee and it tastes good, you get a win.
Okay.
Like that's
Well, let's do a little math here. 381 divided by, we'll just say, how many days were last month? 30?
yeah. Let's do it.
Or 31? That's 12.
Let's go 30. Make it sound better.
12 wins a day.
Jiggle.
That's a lot of wins each day. Especially for me, as a casual player.
You were doing it.
Who wins a win streak of 2 in Tavern Brawl.
Dude, so that was in Tavern Brawl?
It was Tavern Brawl. Well, see, the problem is, though, I would have had a streak longer than that, but I didn't play that many games in Tavern Brawl. Except for this month.
Now you are.
Yeah.
Now you are. All right, so for me, dude, congrats, man, because those are good stats. The win streak. I think that they're still chuckling about that over HQ. They're like, dude, we seriously did this.
Should I screen capture that one and send it to Chris and say, really? Really?
Yes. Oh, you should. You should. Be like, hey, you're logistics guys. I know this is a win streak, but is this really my stat? I would have felt better if you would have put, like, 99% of Hearthstone players played Murlocs this month in your area or something like that. Alright, so mine says highest rank 9. Got rank 9 in Wild. And I did get a win streak. So mine was just like yours. It says astounding you had a win streak of 9 games Tavern Brawl. So apparently I played the Tavern Brawl a couple times and won 9 in a row, which is actually pretty good, I think. So I'm also good at playing Warlock because your win rate as Warlock in rank standard 69.2, which that's pretty high. That's almost 70% win with Warlock. So, because when I would go to Warlock, I'd play standard. I think I was playing that. What's the deck that you shuffle your cards back in? Or no, you trade cards. You shuffle your hand into your deck, and then you draw that many cards.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the card.
Yeah. So I played that deck a lot, and I actually did really well. With Dollmaker Dorian.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So those are my two stats. So win streak and 70% win rate with Warlock. Brawls played. That's a lot of brawling. You played 35 Tavern Brawl games. I guess that's okay, considering just this month was when we started getting the Tavern Brawl 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. All right, here's where you're going to wipe me out.
Plot twist.
Total wins.
John Max says plot twist, by the way.
Yeah, plot twist. That's right. Yes. Thanks, John Mac. Total wins. I'll let you guess.
You said I beat you?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Guess by how much? Go ahead and just guess by number.
380.
Oh no. 182.
What?
Look at your face. Dude, I didn't play that much, man. Crazy, right?
Maybe that's your wrong account you've been playing.
Well, here's the thing. So when I play, which last month it actually wasn't very much, I did win a lot, but it was, I didn't play a lot. So 182 games. Yeah.
Wow.
So I ended up at rank 9.
Okay, then.
Pretty good. Yeah, win rate 70%. Well, when you're winning at 70%, you do decent.
I guess so.
Yeah, but I don't know. So dude, we both. I can't say we both had good stats because that win streak of 2.
Hey, I'm proud of it.
Dude, you're doing all right. You're all right.
Yeah.
You're 4 for 4, so we got to go with that.
Yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm glad it actually changed. I've already tweeted out a question to Blizzard saying, "Really?" with
That's awesome.
with that stat. But yeah,
that's funny. Like, here's your stats, and you had a win streak of 2. Sorry, not so much.
Well, the biggest thing we have to talk about this week is mostly, again, we've already mentioned it a little bit, the Tavern Brawl, which we'll talk about in just a moment, and then some new card reveals. We'll go through on those also. However, I did want to mention this week we are starting that process where they have the scheduled list of card reveals with a bunch of different personalities coming up over the next couple of days and weeks, where we're going to get this large number of cards that's going to be coming out. So next week we'll have a much larger list of things to look at than we do this week. However, this week I thought it was interesting is that I saw an article or a little post on Twitter from Disguised Toast saying that he was returning the card he was given to reveal back to Blizzard. Did you hear about this?
He does realize these are digital cards.
Well, he said to them that I'm not going to reveal this card. He said this
snap.
This is both due to my personal feelings on Hearthstone and a recent community reaction to me revealing a card. There are dedicated Hearthstone streamers instead that I believe would be a great fit. For example, Tice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Because Toast is like, so when you like get into Hearthstone and you're like, oh, people actually stream this game, like, and play it. Okay, let me do a search. Like, you got Toast. He's like at least the top 3 streamers with Hearthstone and has been. And as far as content goes, he's dedicated at least 90% of his streaming time to Hearthstone. Now, I don't know what he's doing now, because obviously I haven't seen him in the past couple months because I haven't been online. But, like, even if he is doing something else, like, this is big. So, I'm just throwing it out there. I have no idea what happened. But I'm assuming that he's doing something else, and he's like, I don't deserve this because I'm playing another game or something like that. And probably the community went a little off about it, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting that he had done that.
Yeah.
He just respectfully backed out and said, I'm just, I don't feel like I should be the one making this reveal. Appreciate the opportunity, but give it
usually the community's pretty positive about stuff, so that's weird that he mentions the community, how because of the community, like, I'm sure that's not the main reason, but yeah. Hearthstone community is usually pretty positive, but yeah. Oh well,
okay.
That's
just a little bit of news I saw out there.
Yeah.
With Tavern Vault or Espo mode, this is a continuation of the one we saw last week, which is the stolen city of Dalaran has run into a problem. Literally.
They did.
And,
I heard the rockets malfunctioned. They ended up wrecking into a mountain.
Yes, exactly. A Black Rock Mountain. And they are trying to get loose. They're trying to get out of that situation. And you're helping fight against the bosses of Black Rock Mountain. And you, last week, were able to control 4 different heroes to do that battle. This week, you haven't done a very good job because we had to bring out the big guns with Rafam coming in to battle him and become another hero that Chica to use, which he's using the Warlock cards. So this week, battle and try and win going against the Blackrock bosses. And
so it's the same Blackrock bosses.
Same ones.
With Ragnaros being the final. Oh, spoilers. Ragnaros final boss. Whoops.
So yes, you earn 1 Saviors of Oldham card pack the first time you defeat 4 bosses. And if you beat all 8 bosses using Arch, Villain Rafam, you get a Golden Rafam Scheme card.
Yep. His hero power, by the way. Oh my gosh. If you're not hitting it every turn, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Pay 2 mana. Steal a card from your opponent's deck. If it's a minion, just throw it on the board.
Yep. Now, is it steal or is it... Because steal would be pulling it out permanently.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it's steal.
Is it really?
Pretty sure it's steal.
I didn't notice it.
In fact, you know what? I have Hearthstone open right
So
now.
do I.
And I will check that out.
Oh, no.
Yep,
I'm
it
being
is steal.
pulled into a battle, and I'm having to launch the game and get in there. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah. Steal a card from your opponent's deck if it's a minion. Dominant. So you're actually taking it out of their deck.
Nice.
So let's say they have 1 copy of the Lich King in their deck, like the enemy. Guess what? You're taking that copy out. They're not able to play it.
Yep. And you're putting it on the board because it's a minion.
Yes. Yeah.
It is an amazing hero power for this match.
So, let me just tell you.
Uh-oh.
Turn 2 against Ragnaros.
Yep.
Hero power. Guess what I get?
What?
The 2020 minion, Magmadar, whatever his name is. I don't know his name, but he's a 2020. Pulled him out of Ragnaros' deck. Put him on the board. Turn 4 I won.
Wow.
Hit him twice. Yeah, it was awesome. What was he gonna do?
Right?
He just went face. He had a board like with 2 minions on it. Just went face. It totally ignored the minion I had, which was 2020. And I went to his face once, and then he played it for a few more minions, and he went to my face, and then I went to face again and won. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely better than my game.
Yeah.
I beat him amazingly the first time too, but it was like you said.
44 minutes, I think. 44 minutes.
Like you said, hitting that button every time. First thing I did each turn to see what happened.
Yeah.
Except,
oh yeah,
I had to clear space occasionally to make sure that if it didn't draw a minion, that if it drew a card like a spell, that it put it in my hand.
You got 2 spaces, so you got to make sure you have room on the board. You got to make sure you're rooming your hand.
Yes.
Because you don't want to end up burning cards, and you don't want to end up like drawing an awesome card and it's a spell and it doesn't go in your hand because you don't have space.
Right.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah. So is
but fun
though.
So
Definitely.
much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So check it out if you haven't.
And
already.
free stuff. Like a lot of free stuff.
And the best thing is you have until next Wednesday to play it. You don't have to get it done by Sunday.
Dude, I'm loving. So I don't think I've been on the podcast since they put this in.
Right. Or I think it just went in.
Yeah, it's a dream. Like, this is all a dream because there's no way this is possible. No way.
So do you
It's
think
phenomenal.
I'll get
I love it.
3 wins in a row next month then?
Oh my gosh. Too much fun.
Well, maybe if I try and crank it up today, this week, since I can beat him every day, every week, just doing this over and over
So
again.
tell me this. So with this month, you actually have a tavern brawl where if you lose the whole tavern brawl.
Yes.
If you win, you go to the next boss. If you win, you go to the next boss. So you've completed it. So does that mean you got 8 wins in a row?
I don't know.
Yeah, right? Because this is a different tavern brawl.
Yeah.
This is a consecutive
question.
tavern brawl. When you win, is it counted as a win streak when you beat boss number 2? So you beat boss number 2, oh, my 2-win streak. Like, how does that,
Yeah.
like,
no idea.
is that the way they'll count it? Like, I don't know.
Or you have to
We'll
beat the
see.
whole thing.
We'll see.
Okay.
Well, you have an 8-win streak right now.
I do.
Or 9. I mean, depending on how your next battle went.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Okay, well, let's look at some cards that were revealed this week. Obviously, you didn't look at all the ones last week, so I'll leave it up to you to do that on your own time.
I listened to this great podcast last week called Legend of the Innkeeper with Bastidius and his co-host Hiroshio. I'm all caught up on it.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you're able to catch up.
I did.
Okay, first card we have is the Plague of Madness. 1 mana spell. This is rogue. And it's each player equips a 2/2 knife with poisonous.
So did we have the plague cards before, or it did both, or that was a project? So
Plague
before,
is new. With
yeah.
this
So
expansion,
in the
way they're
past,
doing this.
we saw these cards that started with project. So it would be a project cards where both of you equipped a weapon, or both of you summoned a minion. So this is interesting. I like this. Knife with poisonous. All right. So you're killing something, but you're also taking the damage to your face if you're, immune. If you're not immune.
Okay, next up is Psychopomp. A 4 mana 3/1 priest minion, battle cry. Summon a random friendly minion that died this game and give it reborn.
Dude. Why do they keep doing this to me? Like, I love Resurrect Priest. Like, it's one of my go-to decks when people are like, Espo, you want to play a friendly match? Sure. Resurrect Priest. Bring it. In Wild and Standard, it doesn't matter. It's just another card I got to try to fit in. Like, they're killing me here. They're killing me.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good one for that.
Yeah, Psychopomp. I love it.
Okay, next up is Brazen Zealot. Paladin card, 1 mana, 2/1 minion. Whenever you summon a minion, gain +1 attack.
The card art has me thrown off.
It's the face.
Is it? Is that like?
I think
its
it's
mouth is.
I think it's
odd.
I think it's Mulan.
Its mouth is off.
Yeah.
It's like something. That scowl has me kind of creeped out.
Yeah.
But this is interesting because it only has 1 health. But every time you summon a minion, you get +1 attack. Obviously, a paladin card, you got your hero power to make you summon 1 or 2 minions, and you're running pretty aggressively in paladin usually. So this is interesting. I would have liked to have seen this with rush, right? Because I feel like with 1 health, you're kind of Unless you're giving this divine shield or giving it more health, it's...
Yeah, because the most you could ever do is give it 6 additional attack 1 turn.
Well, unless your minions that you're summoning have rush, and you rush them in.
And they die.
Right. Yeah, and make room on. I think that health is kind of... If you had a way to give this rush...
Well, isn't there a card that says
divine shield?
Your minions have rush? Or...
In Paladin?
1 mana minions have rush?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry, am I typing away?
No, you got it, dude.
Because I'm trying to remember. It's a Paladin card. Here's all the rush ones. Let's go class Paladin. Filter.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Well, hopefully there's someone listening to this that's shouting at the radio right now.
There you go. So you can do it.
This card here. Okay, next up is Sand Wasp Queen. 2 mana Paladin, Beast, 3 mana, 1 Battle Cry, add 2, 1 Wasp to your hand.
Best it is, it's the magic carpet.
Huh?
And the magic carpet. 3 mana, 1/6 neutral minion. After you play a 1 cost minion, give it +1 attack and rush. Brazen Zealot, go awesome with that.
Gotcha.
So,
Magic Carpet.
There we go, magic carpet.
Because it's Magic Carpet, right?
Could be. So, Sand Wasp Queen.
I want to see the card myself. Magic Carpet.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Yeah. There's a Paladin magic carpet deck out playing. Pretty cool.
There it is. Magic Carpet. After you play 1 cost minion, you give it +1 attack and rush. +1 on top of the +1 you get when you...
Yeah, if you summon more minions after that. Yeah. So you got Magic Carpet on board. Play Brazen Zealot. You can play 5 other...
It'd be 3-1.
And then even if they have rush, like they're going to die, you can play more minions. Yeah, you got to have a lot of mana. And it's a neat combo. I think it's plausible.
Yeah, it could be quite brazen.
Possible, plausible. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now back to Sand Wasp Queen, which you could do the same thing to, by the way. No, you can't, because it's a 2 cost.
No, it's not. It's not 1. Yeah,
it's a 2 cost. Sorry, never mind. But it is a beast for Paladin. Okay, another Paladin card. 3 mana, 3/1 beast. Salheat's Pride. Death Rattle, draw 2 1 health minions from your deck.
Wait, interesting.
I think we just saw 2 1 health minions.
Yeah, right?
That were Paladin cards. Huh.
Interesting.
I do have to say, though, this lion's mane is a little kind of weird, actually.
A little off, right?
Yeah, something's wrong. It's either the mane or the hairline around its head. Face.
It's too purple.
Okay, next up. It's Shaman time. 3 mana spell, Plague of Murlocs. Here's a plague card for... No, I'm sorry. Is this... Yeah, Shaman. Transform all minions into random Murlocs.
So the last plague card, you summoned a 2/2 dagger with poisonous for both people. In this, you're doing... you're kind of... Like, if they have Murlocs, they're getting it too. Or no, this is all Murloc. All minions turning into Murlocs. There we go.
Yes.
So it is... So the plague cards, so far from what I'm seeing, affect both sides.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that right? Is
That's
that what you're seeing too?
That's how that works. So, yes, this is a Plague of Murlocs. You could get some interesting Murlocs. You could get some really bad Murlocs. Your opponent could get some bad ones. Your opponents could get some good ones. So be careful. What you get may not be what you want.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
Okay, now this one is pretty cool. I kind of like this card. Armageddillo. 6 mana warrior beast. 4/7. Taunt. At the end of your turn, give all taunt minions in your hand +2/+2. The artwork is awesome on this. Because look at the size of that beast.
Oh yeah, because the goblins are like as big as a toe,
Yeah.
and he's like this big. Yeah. This is interesting because they have a few new quests coming out. Well, if you guys are familiar with the old quest, there's a quest for warrior, and this is a word which summons. You have to summon taunt minions to complete the quest. So, do you run this with the taunt quest?
Yeah.
Right? I think so. So you're taking this.
Lots of taunt.
You're taking this into wild, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and then today they revealed 4 legendary cards in a row, which are all our heroes that are coming along on this adventure. So our first one...
Dude, these heroes are familiar.
Yeah, and these aren't hero cards. These are legendary minions, just so I clarify.
But they are heroes.
But they are heroes in their own. Our first one is the miniature hero, Sir Finley of the Sands. A paladin, 2 mana, 2/3 Murloc. His battle cry is, if your deck has no duplicates, discover an upgraded hero power.
Yeah, so this is interesting because there are a lot of upgraded hero powers. Do you have the hero power from the tournament, the grand tournament? Do you have that hero power? Or do you get the one that is from Baku or Gen? Like, do you get to choose between all of them? Like, you know, this is interesting because there are a lot of really good hero powers out there. I feel like this is a decent card too, because it's a 2/2/3, and it's a Murloc, and Paladin's been known to run Murlocs.
Just
cool, but you also have to run the Highlander deck, which, if you're not familiar, Highlander was a movie where there can be only one.
Yep.
And great movie series. I think it was a television series too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so only in Highland decks or singleton decks, I think you can also call them. You can only have one ofs. Now, you can run more than one card in this deck, but if you play this card, you have to have only one of those cards in your deck. So, I mean, you have to build your deck around this, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you play it right, if you're playing long game, just draw one of those cards that you put 2 of in there, and then you'll be fine. So, because when you play this, it does check your deck at that current state to see if you have no duplicates.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, I have run into problems where I've made a singleton deck or a Highlander deck, and someone makes one of my minions shuffle into my deck, or shuffles minions into my deck.
Copies of it.
Yes. So that could cause a problem. So keep that in mind. I think this is a good card, but it could be trumped, and you could be in trouble. Which is with any single deck.
Well, our next hero is Elise the Enlightened. It's
I know her.
5 mana, 5/5 Druid card. Battle cry. Oh, if your deck has no duplicates, sounds familiar, duplicate your hand.
Is that an alliteration, or is it kind of the same word?
It's the same word, but it's a different word at the same time.
This is kind of interesting. So, Druid in the past has had a few combo decks. So I would think that having more pieces that are the same of that combo are pretty cool.
Yep.
Right? Especially in a singleton deck, you know, you need more pieces for your combo because you're only running one of in your deck.
Except,
so this
don't run another if your deck has no duplicates card if you're using this.
Oh yeah.
Because then you mess yourself up.
Yeah, unless you draw it before you play this card, which I'm thinking in a Druid deck where you're trying to make that combo, you're kind of playing the game, like maybe Cthulhu or Mechathoon. So yeah, again, gotta build your deck around it. But this could be pretty cool.
Okay. Next hero is the Hunter one. Dino Tamer Brawn. 7 mana, 2/4 minion. Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, summon King Crush.
Dude, do you know the King Crush?
Oh, yes, I do.
King Crush has charge, right?
Yep.
And he's an 8/8.
Yep.
So you're paying 7 mana to get a 2/4 and an 8/8 that has charge.
Yep.
Where's the downside? Oh, wait. You got to build a Highlander deck.
Yep.
In Hunter. So in Wild, not a problem. You could do it. In Standard, this would be a little difficult. You might run into some problems because Hunter tends to be an aggressive deck. So you kind of want to make sure you have duplicates. So you're drawing all those keys to your puzzle to play early. Yeah. I think this is great in Wild and Standard. I don't know. Let's see. We got to see more cards. Like we say with every expansion, we got to see more. This is cool, though. This is cool. And it's pretty broken in Wild.
Okay, and our final hero is Reno the Relicologist.
I know this guy. Again, I know all these guys.
H card, 6 mana, 4/6. Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, deal 10 damage randomly split among all enemy minions.
So I looked at this card when it first got revealed and I was like, wait a second. That's okay. But it's just minions.
Yep.
So most of the time, this is going to be a board clear for Mage.
Right.
Now again, you got to build it Highlander or Singleton style. But look at that magical Gatling gun he has.
Right.
Like, come on, you're playing a card with a magical Gatling gun on it? Awesome. And it's Reno Jackson. But I think this is a legit board clear. Like it.
Works for me.
Yeah, cool stuff. And it's only 6 mana.
Yeah, and you get a 4/6 on the board. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. That has a magical Gatling gun. Did I mention that?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Cool well, that's it for this week on new cards. Again, we'll have a few more next week with the rolling announcements to how we're going to happen over the next week or so.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, it should be lots of interesting cards out there. This gets us currently to how many cards? There are 25 out of 135 cards revealed. So that means we have 110 more cards coming. Yeah, quite a few. Should be a rather interesting next couple of weeks.
I agree.
Okay. Well, that's about it for this week. I do want to do a shout out to our legendary patrons again, Deadpool, Chris Fanikin, and John McKinnon. We appreciate your support. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at LTI Podcast or XCMTV Gamer. Sorry.
250 episodes. We got it.
Eventually. And also, you can be a supporter also at patreon.com/Legend of the Innkeeper if you choose to. And I will mention, patrons, you got something coming in the mail, so be on the lookout for a little package.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah,
this is
fun.
Good stuff. Yeah.
So, that should do it for this week. You will definitely be back next week.
Yep.
And that should do it. Appreciate you guys listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Good job, team.
Job's done.
I started up the night before and let it run. I got my free packs, and then one day I actually got for the first time I did it, I got one of the drawings for free pack and it's just a free classic pack. But still,
Okay,
it's dust.
still. Well,
If you have a good full collection, it's dust.
for the rest of us, it's a possible Brightwing.
Possible.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, I could get Whitebane. There are some new cards that I don't have in my collection right now in classic. So
Yep. So be sure to do that starting tonight for the next 2 days, the 12th and 14th, from 2 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that would actually be midnight 4 a.m. for me, 5 a.m. for you. So